Okay, what's up, YouTube? So it's been a minute, um, and I I try to refrain from doing videos like this. I really do because I don't enjoy, I don't appreciate people slandering my name and making up lies about me on the internet and spreading them around. I just don't appreciate it, and so I try not to do that to anybody else. I don't want it done to me. But I can't help but speak my mind sometimes. So I'm not spreading any slander about anybody. Let's get that straight. I'm just giving my opinion. This is my perspective, right? So I come across this video, and this is from Bluffy the Narc Slayer, I guess. Now, the only interaction Bluffy and I have ever had is I tried to chat in her when her and Night Tiger had their little falling out. I did what anybody else did. They just commented on the video, right? I commented on both of their videos. Like when they put each other's business out there, I commented on both their videos. I've since spoke to Night Tiger, and he understood. Like we have no beef, no problems. Whatever's in the past. He didn't like what I had to say about it because I criticized both of them. But Bluffy, actually, if I remember correctly, she thanked me and commended me. I think she liked or loved my comment or whatever when I did that. So then that was it. And then after that, I didn't have any interaction with her, like at all. But I talked to Toby just once or twice. Now, I'm not, I'm Switzerland. I don't, just because I talk to somebody doesn't mean that I share their enemies or that I have the same exact perspectives as them, and people need to get that straight. Just because one person talks to another person doesn't automatically make those people share the same perspectives and beliefs. Like why is that even a thing? Why are people like Donovan and people like, Absent-Minded Abe and Matrix Decoded, these people on here that they come out and they try to lump everybody together. Oh, you talk to this person, and this person is a known perp, so you're a perp. Like, where's the logic in that? And I'm sorry, but who are you helping by doing that? You're doing a disservice to the entire TI community when you try to lump TIs together because they talk to each other. And just because, a group of TIs might think that this person's a perp, so then anybody that talks to that person has to be a perp. Do you realize that's a psyop, right? You do realize that anybody spreading that idea, right, is either a retard. Sorry, they're either retarded or they're a perp. It's plain and simple. They're either naive, like the most naive targeted individual on the internet, or they're a perp. It's really, really simple. I actually left a big, long comment in Matrix Decoded's last video, where he was, I think it was about a day ago, where he's like flipping out and he's screaming and he's, again, the same narrative. He's flipping out like he's mentally unstable. And he mentions like violence, and like he pushes the narrative that he wants to hurt people and he has all this hatred. That's the message that anybody who watches his video is going to get from that video. He flips out. Abe did the same thing the day before, the night before, actually. He just flips out, like freaking out, yelling on a video. I'm sorry, but let's just call it out here. That's not normal behavior at all. And that's also not, that's not typical targeted individual behavior either. Let's get that straight. Targeted individuals, this is what I said on Matrix's, his channel. I said, targeted individuals are more patient than normal people because they have to be. Of course, that's when my other phone starts going off. But anyway, yes, I have two phones. Actually, I have three sitting here because I was just working on my old phones. I'm fixing them. But I don't care if you think I'm a perp because I have multiple phones or not. And I have like a PC here and I have another computer and operating system here. I could get on and have like 6 different sock accounts at the same time if I wanted to. But I've never used a sock account ever at all. Period. Believe me or not, I don't care. I've never used a sock account. I think it's retarded. And there goes the fire whistle. But anyway, I bet you if I look up the scanner right now, it's going to be some stupid call that is they cancel. Where they say, oh, cancel that. Like an alarm company, you know, I've noticed that a lot. Like they'll blow the whistle, the fire whistle, just so they can drive their trucks past with sirens. And then you listen to the scanner and it's like whenever I feel like they're doing it on purpose just to mess with me or whatever, when I check the scanner and check into it, it always happens to be one of these calls that was just an alarm company, just a false alarm. Or like yesterday, it went off and it was a tree branch. Somebody called, okay? Somebody called and said there was a tree branch. I don't know what the call was, because by the time I got the scanner up and was listening to it, the fireman came across the scanner and the address was different. The call came from, as a matter of fact, the call came from right the exact area where my brother lives, which is funny, right? It's funny that the call came from right where my brother lives. But then the fireman changed the call, or the address. He said, oh, change the address, and he corrected the address. It was just another block down, 1 block down. And he claimed that it was a tree. Now, the call come across at first like a tree fell across the road and like it was damage done. There was no reason for, like, there was no storm or anything like that. I'm sitting here scratching my head like, what? Why is there a tree limb? So then the fireman comes across the scanner and I'm listening to it, and he literally says, oh, no, it's a tree limb on the sidewalk. We're not touching it. And then they drove back to the station. That's what it was. There was a tree limb on the sidewalk. That's what the fire whistle went off yesterday for. A tree limb was on the sidewalk, a block away from my brother's house. I don't know who called, you know what I mean? But so like I said, I could look up the scanner right now and I don't know what it is, but something tells me that it's just something stupid, either a test or it's a false alarm or whatever. So anyway, now that they distracted me from what I was making this video about, let's get back to what I was talking about here. So anybody who spreads this narrative that that if this person talks to this person, well, then they have to be just like that person. They have to be a perp, and you know, you're retarded if you buy into that. You're retarded if you believe that, and you're a perp if you are one of the people spreading that narrative. Yes, and I'm going to say it, and I'll say it until I'm blue in the face. Anybody who's coming on here claiming to be a targeted individual, spreading the idea, they're spreading their belief, right, that somebody is a perp because they talk to somebody else or associate with somebody else. That person is a perp. I'm just saying, that's not normal. That's not normal. People don't actually think like that. Normal people don't think that if a person talks to somebody else who they believe is a perp, that person is automatically a perp. Isn't the perp's job to deceive targeted individuals? Aren't they fake TIs? So if that is true, if we believe that to be true, well, then there would have to be some TIs that get fooled, right? They would have to have some real TIs that they fool, right? So wouldn't that then actually suggest that the perps, whoever the perps talk to, are actually real TIs, right? I mean, the whole thing is, the argument is just, it falls on its face. Anybody spreading that argument is a perp, has to be, or they're retarded and they don't see the bigger picture yet, and they're naive and they're controlled opposition. They're not doing any good for anybody coming out here spreading the the idea to don't talk to this person, don't talk to that person, right? Because it must be a perp. They're a perp. I want my viewers to go do their own research. You go make your own judgment. Don't use my opinion and my judgment as your go-to, okay? But I am going to bring things to light, right? I'm going to spark your interest. I believe either Bluffy, the Narc Slayer, is either just retarded. She's either retarded, I mean, really retarded, or she's a perp. I mean, the things, because targeted individuals don't come out and lie about other people online, because that's being done to them. So you're not going to find real targeted individuals that are coming out here making up stuff about other people. That's not going to happen, because that's the main thing that's being done to them. They don't want that done to them. They're not going to go around doing it to other people. Then they become the perp, right? And then whether they were targeted or not, they become the perp. Then they are a perp. So you won't see me spreading lies about anybody. I won't do that. And I do my own research and look into things before I make a video like this. Now, this one here, Toby Reed has been saying for a while, okay? She is talking to Night Tiger right now, whatever. That's their business, you know. I don't judge either one of them because they talk to each other, okay? And I don't, even if I thought one was a perp, that doesn't mean that I think the other's a perp. Anyway, Toby has been spreading it around, and I don't agree with this, Toby. I will say this. I don't agree that you should go around telling everybody that Bluffy is Nerves the Demon Terror. If you don't know, you got to add that in, that you got to word it right and say, I believe that this person is this person, because there are some dumb, retarded people on here, and they just believe what they hear. So when they hear you coming on saying this person is that person and this person is that person, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But if you're not, then you're only spreading more confusion and you're causing more people to do the same. Okay. And now I know I don't want to be a hypocrite. I spouted this about my brother when he was the Jesus Christ account for almost 2 years. He kept saying, I'm not your brother, get help. LOL, like laughing at me, telling me I need to get help and that he's not my brother and everything. And I knew it was because of the things that he said to me. Like, he said things to me that like basically trolling me, basically letting me know that it was him without a doubt, like without a doubt. Different things that he would do that is not so easy for me to just explain to everybody else, like to convince other people what I'm saying. But I knew, I knew it was him. So I was saying it. But you see how easily they can deceive people, because they can make it look like there's somebody else, and it's not. The whole idea is just to get you distracted and get you to basically get you to do something, get you to react, right? They want you to react, and they want you to come on and say something so that they can then use that against you, right? So, but in this case, okay, Toby's pretty smart, right? She's pretty smart. And after observing her and the different things, like, she's pretty involved, right? In the YouTube social game or whatever. She pays close attention, and she first gave me the idea that Bluffy the Narc Slayer was Nerves a Demon Terror, and I didn't buy it at first. I'm like, nah, why do you think that? I just asked the right questions, right? So she explained to me a few telltale signs that told her that it was, and I started paying closer attention. And if I had to guess right now, if you put me on the spot and I had to guess, I would say absolutely, she's right. I would agree with Toby that Bluffy the Narc Slayer is, in fact, Nerves a Demon Terror. Because this person started attacking me for no reason. I didn't understand why. You just have to look at a person's intent, right? So when I talked to Nerves of Demon Terror on a live stream one day, and we were fine, right? We got along. Right? We had a mutual enemy with Nerve Gorilla, right? And then next thing I know, he's making videos about me, calling me a fake TI, calling me a perp, right? Saying I'm a fake TI, and look at my so-called evidence, and just doing what a retard does, just going on saying the stupidest stuff, thinking that they were discrediting me. But I think anyone with intelligence will watch the videos and be like, this is non-intent. This is just stuff that you're just saying that it's not evidence, and you're just saying hurtful, mean, negative things that doesn't really do anything. It doesn't bother me, you know. You just make yourself look like an asshole, really, and that's it. So then I look at, okay, who would come out of nowhere? Who is this Nerves of Demon Terror, right? And who would come out of nowhere? Who has a motive? And I start asking the right questions. So who all of a sudden would have a motive to attack me now and start calling me fake and everything? Now, Matrix Decoded, Absent-Minded Abe, Donovan, like, they have reasons because I exposed them as being fake, fake TIs. They're not TIs. They're totally fake, completely fake. I give Absent-Minded Abe some credit. I used to give Matrix Decoded some credit, Conspiracy Underground, because I thought he was pretty good at it. He was pretty good at portraying a real TI, but he was actually just fake because he was doing the stuff that was like my life. Like, I would experience something, and then I pull up YouTube, and there's Matrix Decoded explaining a testimony that was my life, right? So then I'm not going to make a video about it now because he would just then say I'm copying him. So I never did. So there's a lot of things that I never talked about because Matrix Decoded made videos explaining it all in his testimony. Okay, so, and I've never really even mentioned about that because that's what they want you to do, right? I try not to do what they want you to do. So Matrix Decoded, I gave him credit. Like, he was pretty crafty, but then he got sloppy. He got really, really sloppy, like really sloppy. And then he blocked me, and he said he's unsubscribing from me. And then he made a series of videos just completely calling me a liar and all this. And then Abe joined in too, out of nowhere. Like, Abe joined in, and he made a video with nothing but lies, like all these lies, right? And then they make a video saying that, oh, Targeted Patton just lies to his audience. He says stuff to them as if they're stupid and insults their intelligence. Dude, that's, and that it's very effective. Like, the way they talk, the way they say these things, it would piss a person off if a person, were to find out, say that I was deceiving them or that I was lying to their face, insulting their intelligence. It's not true. I have no reason to lie. So I go out of my way and do my best to make sure to ensure that I don't, falsify anything. I don't exaggerate anything. I just give my perspective, my opinion, and the way I see things, right? I'm not going to tell somebody this is what it is if I don't know, if I don't have the evidence to back it up. So I have since exposed Matrix Decoded, without a doubt. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's like almost 2 hours long, and it's just using his words right back against him. I hold his feet to the fire. He says, I never said this. Show me a clip of video. Show me a clip of where I said this. And so I did, I've been saving up, documenting stuff on him for a long time. Because he'd been perping me for over a year at that point, a year and a half. Like, directly perping me in my life. Like, I guess, I don't know if he can see my phone or whatever. I don't know. These people are weird, right? And then you have Absent-Minded Abe, who does the same thing. Now, most of the time, Abe spends most of his time trying to come, I don't know who he's copying or whatever. He's done it to me just like Matrix has, but Abe must have somebody else that he perps primarily. Because he comes up with these testimonies and these stories that sound real, right? But I think it's just what he's doing is he's, watching somebody else, like voyeurism. He's watching somebody else behind, without their knowledge or consent. And then whenever they experience something like the gang stalking, then he hurries up and goes online and talks about it. That's pretty much how these fake TIs operate. They're gang stalkers, right? And they find somebody that they're gang stalking that isn't on YouTube, that doesn't have a big channel, that isn't, or whatever, somebody that they can stalk and harass and watch, very closely to get their ideas from, because they can't come up with this shit on their own. You know what I mean? Like they steal the ideas off of actual targets. So Bluffy, though, I haven't paid that much attention to Bluffy. Okay, I've only watched a couple of her streams. I noticed right away that I was blocked. I was blocked in Bluffy's live stream. So I'm putting two and two together here. It's like, okay, why am I blocked? I never said anything negative about Bluffy at this point. And I actually said something that it was more, more on her side, more supporting her than anything. And she showed, she liked the comment or loved the comment and showed me that she acknowledged that, right? So then now, why am I now blocked from her chat? Okay. And you have Nerves the Demon Terror now making videos about me, calling me fake TI and discrediting me and doing all the hateful, negative stuff that I've seen her do, at face value. I've seen her get triggered in her moments of where she's probably not her proudest moments, where Toby went on her channel or whatever, and she just gets triggered and she goes off. So when you see her in her true form, right? Yeah, she's not very holy. She's not very religious. I don't think God would be very proud at Bluffy on those moments. Now, I don't judge anybody. I also don't spread her nudes around anywhere. Because if you watch this video, here, we can play it, because there's no sound for a while. Bluffy makes this video saying that Night Tiger and Toby have been trolling her before these other accounts, Nerves of Demon Terror accounts, even popped up on the scene, she says. Right? She says the only reason that they claim it's me is because it's their excuse to post my nudes online, dox me and my family, and commit fraud. Now, when you see fake TIs, right, perps, multiple people that are all spreading the same exact narrative at the same time, right? The same narrative at the same time, chances are most likely it's because they are, they're affiliated. They are directed to do that. They're, working together to spread this narrative. It's some kind of organized, an organized influence campaign. And I can show you evidence of this, The chances that it's just a coincidence, just a coinky-dink, slim to none. So whenever I exposed Donovan, right, and I exposed him, he's one of the least intelligent perps on here, because he doesn't know what to do whenever he gets exposed. He panics. Whenever I exposed him, he had 2 different Facebook accounts, right, under his own name, that were both friends with my brother's fraudulent Facebook John Patton account, right? And when I made a video showing this, right, Donovan flipped out and made a whole bunch of videos saying that I was stalking and harassing his family, that I was striking his channel. Like, he went off on a whole bunch of lies. They were all lies, but that's what he did. They all had the same, the same talking points, right? How, like, the doxing, right? Posting nudes online. Well, that's because if there's nudes that are online of you, Bluffy, then that's something that you need to take care of, I guess, right? I don't know why. Why would you have nude pictures of yourself online to begin with? Where did they get these nude pictures of you, Bluffy? These are the questions I have. If there's nudes of you, online, how did they get them, right? Did they Did they take them when you weren't looking? Did they sneak in your window and take pictures of you, or what? Or did you have a part in these nude pictures? You got to explain it a little more. And if it's true, then you take that to the authorities, right? Because that's illegal. You can't spread somebody's nude pictures without their consent. When you own those pictures, I forget what the statute is, but it is illegal. It's highly illegal. But I do remember, who was it? I think it was Donovan spreading. I think I seen a picture of your back, Bluffy, which is, there's no nudity in it. It's just your back. You can tell you're naked, but it's your back. It looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, only like a chocolate version, right? From the back. It's like, all these rolls, like the Michelin Man. The Michelin Man, he's got all them rolls. That's what it looks like, only from the back in brown. So, I don't care. I'm a nice guy, whatever. But I don't care. When I see what these people are doing, you have to fight fire with fire a little bit. The truth is all I'm using, though. I'm not using slander, and I'm not saying anything that's false, or, I'm just using the truth. The truth hurts. Some people, they just need to hear the truth. Unfortunately, they don't like it, but the truth hurts, But we laugh because it's funny, and we laugh because it's true. I don't have to lie on people. All you got to do is use the truth. So, Bluffy, if there's nude, Michelin Man photos on the internet, you might want to do something about that. But as far as doxing you, I've never, maybe I'm not paying enough attention, but I've never seen anybody dox you, to my knowledge. And if they are, that's not right. People need to quit the fucking doxing bullshit. But the only thing I see from Toby and Night Tiger are them exposing Nerves of Demon Terror, right? The Nerves of Demon Terror account. They're trying to expose that person for doing this to them. And in doing so, they are expressing their suspicions of who they think it is. So they are expressing their suspicion that it's you, Bluffy. So you come on here, though, and you say that they are spreading all this slander about you, and that's just not true. They're not going around slandering you, saying that you did this or you did that. They're expressing their beliefs, their suspicions, right? Because we don't know who it is. So if it wasn't you, what would a normal person do? If it wasn't really you, you would overlook it, you would laugh at it, right? And that's about it. I mean, but nobody's going to go out of their way and try to make a video, right? Like a damage control video like this, to convince people that it's not you. So I watched this video and I left a big comment when I was done, because this video, here, check it out. They throw rocks and hide their hand. Perp Tactic 101. You sound like you have a very intimate knowledge of the inner workings of perps. So listen to my voice using a voice changer AI. Let's listen to it, Bluffy.
Because all it was is that they were scared that what they said, their mentally disabled son was going down to see a woman who supposedly... Because all it was is that they were scared that what they said, their mentally disabled son was going down to see a woman who supposedly...
Okay. Now, she says, that's my voice. Didn't sound like your voice. It sounded like an AI voice changer. But Bluffy says, that's my voice. Now listen to the exposing gang stalking infiltrators voice. Okay. Exposing gang stalking infiltrators voice. I don't even know what that is. Is that one word? Nerves of Demon Terror, is that who you're talking about? So now we're going to listen to another AI voice changer, okay?
I believe it would be most justified at this time to send prayers to Andrew, his friends, his family, and anybody else who just so happens to be most justified at this time to send prayers to Andrew, his friends.
Okay. And And then Bluffy says, liars, deceivers, and manipulators. Toby Reed and Mikhail Griffith. Now, most people know Night Tiger Jedi as Night Tiger. You know what I mean? Night Tiger Jedi. Not as Mikhail Griffith. But she's bitching about them doxing her personal information, yet she's using their real names, right, in this video. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny, Bluffy? Now, you know, you can go back and forth. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, right? You can claim to be a better person all you want, but you're doing the same thing, so that makes you no better, right? So if you want to call them perps, then you're a perp too, right? I mean, own it. You know what I mean? Take accountability for your actions. You're listing both of their names. I have never seen anything like from Night Tiger. Like I said, maybe I don't follow it, right? But maybe this is just me. But in my experience, when people call me fake and everything, I laugh at it, and that's about it. I definitely don't make a video like trying to combat the slander. Like, I don't come out and say, "No, look, they're lying," and then show a bunch of stuff to try to convince my viewers that they're lying about something, right? I let the lies go. You know, you can lie about me all you want. I don't care. I'm still just going to keep putting the truth out. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to waste my time doing damage control like this, because it's frankly, it's just sad. It's sad and pathetic. And that's what I believe this is. Damage control, because I believe they're right. I believe that Bluffy is like retarded, and she's worried what other people think so much that, you know, she thinks that, oh, they, you know, people are onto her, they've exposed her, right? And because she's like, she has that guilty conscience, you know, that guilty conscience mindset where somebody's guilty of something, so they think other people are doing something too. So the damage control video is what we're witnessing here. And I struggle to to believe that anybody at all, not a single person, would actually believe any of what she's saying here. So we're going to continue to watch the video. You tell me if you think that this is any kind of actual evidence, okay? So she showed us one AI voice changer voice, and then she showed us another AI voice changer voice, okay? Okay? No. Wait for the smoking gun here, though, right? I mean, now she's calling them liars, deceivers, and manipulators, and then uses their real name, okay?
Family, and anybody else who just so happens to be.
Oh, let's listen to her voice one more time.
Is that they were scared that what they said their mentally disabled son was going down to see a woman who supposedly is that they were scared that what they said their mentally disabled son was going down to see a woman who supposedly.
Okay, and then let's listen to the voice of this account that they're accusing her of being. Nerve Girl is a shill. Oh, by the way, she doesn't use the word shill.
Behavior within the TI community. So that's what his intention is to smear the image of the entire community and the subject.
Well, that's it. You know what? That's all I need. I'm convinced, right? I'm sorry, but this is funny. It's funny to me. It's fucking hilarious. That somebody's so retarded, they actually think, they took their time. Think about that. This person actually took their time and typed all this stuff out and actually made this video. They took their time to make this video thinking that people would actually like believe it, or that this would actually convince anybody. I'm sorry. I can't be the only one that thinks that is just shaking their head like, wow, this is sad. This level of, you know, like desperate damage control. It's pretty much like, at this point, Bluffy, it seems like by you making this video, all you're doing is exposing yourself. You know what I mean? You're just giving, you're showing your true colors. You're showing everybody that it is you. You know, when people get defensive and everything, they feel the need to come out and make a video like this that you think is convincing anybody of anything. You just played a couple random AI voice changer clips, and you didn't even use the same clip. Why didn't you just use use a clip of like Nerves of Demon Terror or whatever, why didn't you say the same thing as Nerves of Demon Terror and put it in the AI voice changer and then compare the two? At least that would have been, it would have made it look like you're really trying to get to the bottom of it, But you played total random clips that are totally, different from each other. And I hate to tell you, they did sound alike. I'm going to tell you, I thought they sounded very similar to me. And they were clearly different voices. So let's see what else you got to say here. They say this is my voice with an AI voice changer. This is the Nerve Gorilla's Demon Terror account.
You have some fucking nerve, you stupid bitch, to be running your mouth up here on the internet defending that slanderous loser, that scumbag, that liar, that vulgar, degenerate piece of trash that calls himself Nerve.
All it was is that they were scared.
Yeah, Buffy, need you say more? No, I think you should just stop before you dig yourself in a deeper hole. Because what I heard right there, if we go back, was whoever is the Nerves of Demon Terror account, it sounds like they're trying to say a bunch of stuff, but they're very, very careful about their choice of words so that they don't use the same telltale words or filler words, that they normally use. It sounds like they're, they're trying to spit out all these things at one time, but they're very slow. Each individual word, they're like, don't know what word to use. Yeah. So listen to it again here.
Mouth up here on the internet defending that slanderous. You have some fucking nerve, you stupid bitch, to be running your mouth up here on the internet defending that slanderous loser, that scumbag, that liar, that vulgar, degenerate piece of trash that calls himself Nerve.
All it was is that they were scared.
That's a good one. That piece of trash. Because you didn't know what to say. You wanted to say something that you normally say, and you stopped yourself, it seems like, right? It seems like you're like, no, I can't say that. Then they'll know it's me, right? So need you say more? No, you need not say any more, Bluffy. You've given us quite enough to make our own judgment. Like I said, I can't be the only one that sees it this way, right? I left a big old comment here. Let's finish the video first.
That what they said their mentally disabled son was going down to see a woman who supposedly, all it was is that they were scared. That what they said their mentally disabled son was going down to see a woman who supposedly.
Okay, so.
Son was going down to see a woman who.
And need you say more? Like I said, no, you don't need to say any more. Now let's look at the comments here. Because I left this comment here, okay? I said, all right, let me get this straight. What you're claiming here is that it can't be Bluffy, right? Because the AI voice that you chose sounds different, like than the Nerves of Demon Terror. Is that? I'm trying to understand what this proves. Like this is like your evidence to prove that it's not you. You just played a couple different voices. So, okay, I'm a bit confused. Can someone please explain the logic here to me? Because I don't get it. I said I'm no expert in AI voice changers, and I understand, AI is pretty new and all, but according to this logic, there's still only one female AI voice on the internet to choose from? Is that are we supposed to believe that there's just one female voice to choose from, so it can't be you? You played two different female voices, so that's as good as proof, right? Like there's no logic. Like I think like a retarded person has better logic than this, even this. You know what I mean? Like this blows my mind that you took your time to make this video and you actually, you know what I mean? Like I put, with all the different AI voice changers on the internet today, you really went out of your way and took your time to make this video thinking that it would really convince anyone. No wonder the world is going crazy. I was going to say, no wonder the world's going to shit, because this is our future. We got people this dumb. I said, I know perps aren't very smart, but this is like a whole new level of wow, dude. Right? Now, like I said, I consider like Donovan is one of the least intelligent perps on here, but I don't know anymore. I I think it might be a toss up here. Bluffy and Donovan. Maybe you guys should battle it out on who's the most retarded perp on YouTube. Because it's a toss up for me at this point. I mean, like Donovan just lies and says lies, but at least it's like the content he puts out. If somebody, watches it, they might just believe what he's saying, it might be effective, it's not just a waste of his time, right? He's at least using his time to spread lies, right? In your case, Bluffy, you took your time, typed all this stuff out, played different clips of voices and everything, and you actually published this as if you actually think that this is going to convince anybody or this is evidence of anything. This is only evidence that you're not very smart. You do not have a very good grasp of other people's perspectives, like your self-awareness. You must not have very good self-awareness if you actually thought that this would convince anybody of anything at all. Like I said, if anything, it convinces other people that you are the perp, right? I'm just being honest. That's it. I'm giving you my honest opinion. I'm not saying it to try to spread a narrative, right? Or convince anybody else of it. This is like my direct message to Bluffy here, Like I think you just totally discredited yourself here. And I said, I'm pretty confident that I'm less intelligent now just from watching this video and reading all the text that you wasted your time typing out. So, I don't know. Like I said, you can't fix stupid. I've tried with my brother. Like, I've really tried. But like I said, I'm not trying to be rude, but wow. That's all I can really say at this point. So, thank you, Bluffy, for putting it on the screen. Need I say more? I'm just going to end it there. And what else can I say? Be good or be good at it. Peace out.